What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Welcome to my channel. Today I have the girls here.
Hey y'all.
Hey.
We are going to introduce them first. I do know that you already know Lazasha. In case you forgot her because of the hairstyle, that's Lazasha.
Hey guys, how
That's
y'all
Lazasha.
doing?
And I'm Cynthia.
Yeah, she's Cynthia.
Okay.
Yeah. So guys, when you see the three of us, expect something good.
My dress is stuff.
So okay guys, let's get serious. But we are going to do a lot of this, just so you get ready. Today we are going to talk about living in the city in Germany and living in the rural area. The life in the city and the life in the village or suburbs in Germany. So we live in the city and Cynthia has had the privilege of living in the suburbs. And today we are going to get the differences, just in case you're choosing like, hey, am I a city girl or am I a suburb girl, or I don't know where I belong. This one is going to help you. The video is going to help you to decide, right?
It is here for you.
Yeah, okay, so ladies, well, for Lazasha, she's been more in the city, right?
Yeah, I've been more in the city.
I've actually lived in both. Oh, sorry.
You've also lived in both. Okay. This
yeah,
is
even me.
more
I've lived
interesting.
in both as well. I've lived in both as
I've
well.
only lived in the city. So.
City girl.
So what would you say, what are the pros, or should we start with the cons first? What do you love most about living in the suburbs?
The peace. There's so much peace when living in the suburbs, and like when you're really an introvert, the suburbs will be really good for you. Because like there you can have time for yourself. Especially like if you live where there are trees, there's so much nature.
Stimmt.
Yeah, you will go there for walks, and it's so peaceful.
Exercises as
Yeah, you
well.
could even exercises. You could just go without anyone disturbing you.
Yeah.
I feel like especially if you're somewhere where you can access everything, you could just live there. There's not too much noise for you. I feel like the biggest pro is the peace that comes with it.
True.
Yeah.
And it's something that it took me so long to realize, because I lived in the city at first before moving to the suburbs. So it took me such a long time for me to realize that. Like right now, I don't think I could live in a city, to be honest.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Wow, because I don't know if I can live in this.
Yeah, like right now, I don't think I can live in a city.
I mean, maybe when I'm like advanced in age, or if I have that experience, maybe, yeah.
Okay. For me, the best part about living in the village for me was getting to save money. Absolutely. I noticed that when I'm in the village, I get to save money. How? Because mostly the supermarkets are like 20 minutes away, 30 minutes away. So it's like it's like different. In the city, you're like literally 5 minutes away from the supermarket or from DM. If you think of something just 5 minutes away, you go get it. But if you have to think of, I have to go half an hour, it's like whenever you go to buy something, you buy at once. And so you don't really have the energy to go buying little unnecessary things. Sozusagen. Yeah, of course there's online, but trust me, you will save much more money. And also just the spaciousness of it, like you're able to, like she said, you can be like having the garden area, you can just be outside, it's so quiet, it's peaceful, although a lot of bugs. But but we'll get to the cons later. But yeah, for me, saving money, that was my biggest advantage. That is the one thing that I really loved the most about living in a dorf. Yeah.
Well, what is the advantage of living in the city now that we all have lived in the city?
The fact that you can access everything in the city
very quickly.
Like in the village, you really have to plan.
Exactly.
You really have, if you need to buy something, you need to know I'm going shopping at this time and this time. And in the city, whenever you feel like I don't have soap, maybe you'll just rush and buy something. I don't have bread, you'll just rush and go and buy something. But in the village, you really have to plan and shop for the whole week or for the whole month, depending on how you do your budget.
And also in the city, one of the biggest advantages again is also transport.
Yeah.
Because in a dorf, if you are late, the buses, like the transport here in the city, they come after every 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or even 5 minutes.
20 minutes if it's too much.
At the very latest, 20 minutes. But in a dorf, they come, I remember I had to literally wait an hour. Like they came hourly. That means if you miss it, that's it. Like,
and it's even worse on the weekends.
Don't even get me started. Literally, I had to wait an hour. Like you would literally come 30 minutes to the bus stop before, and then you're waiting half an hour, and you're there. You know, you just.
That is where the point comes in, where for saving money, because you will just have to cancel. If you miss your bus or your train, it's just like, you know what, I'm not going.
Like you really have to be waiting an hour. And also still on the point of transport, in the city, it's really also an advantage because I think you can still get transport even around 12, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., midnight. But I remember a friend of ours, actually Georgina, she was mentioning it. She said one time she missed her bus. She got to her bus stop, I think it was 12 midnight or something like that. She was living in a dorf as well. And she missed. I personally have never walked late when living in a dorf. I'm always so scared about it, but it's true. But I know it. She missed her bus. The next one was coming at 4 a.m. and it's 12 midnight in the dorf. Like you literally.
That happened to me too.
No way.
Yeah.
Like how do you even start?
I missed
Cons.
Yeah, cons. Yeah.
It's so noisy.
So one time I missed my train. The last one, the one that goes to my place, the last one is at 11.
9.
Yeah,
11.
The last one is at 11. So I got into that train, and then it missed my stop. Like it didn't stop there. I don't know why, because it just missed that stop, and it had to stop at the next station. So at this point I'm checking what can I get to take me back. And remember, it's like a distance of 6 minutes by train from my station to the other station that I'm in.
So that means that walking is probably longer.
Yeah, walking is longer. So like I look at the connection, the next one comes at 6 a.m. because it's on a Friday, it's on a weekend.
Did you stay there?
I stayed there and I was trying to call everyone I could. Yeah, it was a really bad experience actually.
Well, what then did you do? What did you
I was trying to call everyone that I could, that I knew, and then my phone went off.
It's like
if
when
you
the
don't
devil
serve a
has you in
living
your
God, this is where you start serving a living God.
I tell you.
That is a story for another day.
Sure.
But yeah.
Where?
Yeah, I mean, I also love the security part and the transport part. Like you can literally come home at 1, 2,
even
when
3
you're
a.m.
safe, you know.
Yeah.
Well, at least for Munich. For Berlin, I know it's a different story because that's kind of like Nairobi type of city.
Really?
So yeah. Berlin and Frankfurt, they are more like Nairobi. So you cannot be sure of the safety like how Munich is. Yeah.
Wow.
You know, Munich is actually more of a dorf than a city, in the sense of the setup, how people are, and most people know each other here also.
Okay.
So yeah, I would say so far Munich is safer.
Yeah.
I've not lived in Berlin, but I've visited it and I saw it kind of has the Nairobi vibe.
Yeah.
And if you've been in Nairobi, if you live there, you know. Yeah.
Maybe in Harare too.
Unbedingt. You cannot be working in Harare from the minute it's dark. You have to start being
In
careful.
Kenya, in Nairobi, they don't even wait for it to get dark.
Yeah, for Nairobi we move all the time, but you just
need to be careful.
Yeah.
I think it's
whether
a
it's
thing
during the day or in the night is just, it
I
doesn't
think it's
make
just
a
a thing
difference.
with big cities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to be careful.
So I also like, it's exactly what they said. There's really nothing I can say more, but it's convenient.
And also the fact that in the city, because I've also lived in the city, you can get variety of things. You could get like stores. You don't like this store, there's this one.
You
could get variety of.
But in a dorf, you're kind of like stuck to that which you have only. Only.
And also, I think it's easier to meet people in the city than in the dorf.
Definitely. I remember when I lived in a dorf, the first friend that I made in the dorf area was after 6 good months.
Wow.
6 good months was then when I was finally able to make it a Tamina with someone, because it's
Tamina is an appointment.
Yes, an appointment with someone after 6 months was when I was able to. I have no idea, because we realized that to get to the city center, it was like 30 to 40 minutes from where I was staying, and she was like 30 to 40 minutes as well. And then one time she's like, we were thinking, should we meet in the city center or at her place? So that means I'd have to travel like even an hour if I wanted to go. So it is a struggle. It can be a little bit annoying.
I think we are basically done. The food, obviously, we also have variety of foods here in the city.
But if you really want to try really traditional foods, like for example, here in Germany, if you want to try the really traditional German foods that has not been influenced by the other Western style or cultures, in the dorf is the best place to try.
I would only imagine.
For example, what is this thing?
Like a traditional German
food. Like I had it the first time and I didn't like it. I was told you should go to a really, really small dorf and where they prepare it, and I went there and I loved it. And then the culture, they still have the cultures,
it's just like
it's
kind
rich,
of like how also home is.
They're still maintaining the culture.
True, because I noticed with for example, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Explain now. That's why you're here.
I noticed with just to also add on like how dwarfs also really keep intact with the German culture and the diddles. I noticed that here in the city you can now see like the short ones, the ones that are up to the knees and stuff like that, but you don't see that in the dwarfs. They have the traditional long ones, like the ones that are traditional. So just to really confirm on her point, that
the very special one,
the really good material ones, the really long ones that are anything above the knee is now, from what I've heard, is now like the urbanized type of dindle. But the traditional original one, the material is different. It's really long. It doesn't show the shoulders and stuff like that. So true. In the dorf is where you get the original German culture.
I remembered one thing. It's really clean in the dorf.
Stimmt.
It's so clean. The air is fresh.
True.
It's so clean.
Well, except at night. But yes, it's very true. It's really.
What happens at night?
You have a lot of bugs flying.
I saw bugs.
You have a lot of bugs flying, and I hated that. I mean, of course, they put like the nets in the windows so that the bugs don't come in. But the bugs can really do you thing. And even how they heat the homes in the dorfs is different from in the city. Like here in the city we have like the heaters and stuff, but in the dorfs they have literally a fireplace and they're putting in wood, and it's, I don't know how it's piped such that it's literally heating up the whole entire home. Like actual fire, putting in wood. It's like you're really in a dorf.
Wow, guys, dorf looks like it's
actually an adventure.
It is. I just would not live there, but it is.
It is an adventure, and the fact that in a dorf you could literally know everyone. Literally, almost everyone knows everyone. It's like more of a community, and especially in Germany, where sometimes it gets so lonely. In a dorf, you will literally know everyone. You will feel like you belong.
Wow.
Yeah, you will walk, and everyone is like, "I know you," and then even when you're new, they will know like you're new here,
you're new or something like that.
Wow.
I remember our neighbor in the dorf. This was actually something that kind of surprised me a little bit. Like our neighbors in the dorf, they actually had like cows and stuff like that. So we'd go and be seeing the cows, seeing them milk the cows, and they would like even be selling eggs to everybody. So it's like, okay, I'm just going next door to buy eggs. Something that we're also used to in Zimbabwe, but it was like, hey, this is in Germany, I'm buying eggs in my next door.
Wow. That's so good.
But yeah, seeing the cows and everything, it was So it can be an adventure living in a dorf, honestly. It was amazing.
Are you convinced to go to the suburbs or village?
I feel like, like if you want to really live a peaceful life,
You can go to the dorf part.
yeah.
Could be a good idea, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like we just like spoke of both cons and pros at the same time. It's like a mission of it.
Yeah.
Did we mention how noisy the city can get?
No, now we go to the cons, even though we kind of mentioned a bit of it, but just so that we can be a bit more clear, so that you make your choice very well. So the cons of the city. As the one living in the city center,
in the heart of it.
Yeah.
Give on, my friend.
The noise, like for example, in my area, there's like a lot of clubs, a lot of like strip club and clubs where people come and party, and it's so noisy. If you are a light sleeper, you will not sleep.
And me too. Like I was there too.
Like were you?
Over. Yes, the other day.
Were you also waking up?
Yeah.
Because of the noise?
Really?
Yeah.
You also?
Wow.
Yeah, because I'm sleeping at night and then someone is screaming. You cannot sleep.
I didn't hear it.
She didn't hear it because she's already.
I didn't hear it. I'm a heavy sleeper. So if you are a light sleeper,
you know, go rest.
the city is not for
The
you.
city will
Mostly
break your
like
heart.
in the middle of the city,
in the middle,
where there's like so much noise. Because actually in Berlin also, the hotel we were in was very close to the bus station, and it was so noisy.
Right next to the U-Bahn.
Yeah.
Where?
Actually tram. Not even U-Bahn.
Oh my goodness.
They used to make a lot of noise.
Can you imagine? Like when
And then the Feuerwehr.
The fire truck.
Fire truck and police cars, like the
Everyone.
city. I would just say number one would be noise.
Number one, okay.
Yeah, for the cons of the city.
Another con in the city, well,
Be a lot of spending, like
that's one I thought. Like you get to spend a lot of money, really, and it's like also you get to meet a lot of people, so it's like you get to then spend more time with a lot of people, so then you get to spend even more money. It's like one after the other. It's like linked together. Unlike in a village where I said it really takes time to meet with somebody. Here you can be like, hey, 5 minutes, let's meet in Marienplatz or this, and then you're there, you're meeting up today, tomorrow, the next one. So it's like right after one the other.
The darkness that like sometimes it's in the city. Sometimes in the city it's too dirty. Like I mentioned, in the village it's clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you get to the Bahnhof, it's so smelly.
Probably, but Munich is not
the most dirtiest. It's a little bit difficult to categorize Munich.
Yeah. Like all the cities I've gone to, most of the cities I've gone to, the Bahnhof is so dirty.
Those areas.
Yeah. And also a bit dangerous at night, like Berlin we were saying, Frankfurt. Yeah. It's a bit more
sometimes
scary.
The security is also, I mean, for Munich is kind of exceptional, at least for the areas that we live, but definitely there are other areas you cannot walk at night.
Probably, but thankfully enough, I would say we live in areas that are really safe.
Yeah,
exactly.
Really safe.
I mean, of course, mostly safe. Not 100% safe, but mostly safe. Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's also another thing. I don't even know if it, like when you're booking your train. No. The thing of, I don't know if it goes to the pro or con or something like that. But then there's this thing that especially that I would notice coming from a dorf. Like they would constantly. Man, I really hated it. Especially at the Hauptbahnhof though. At the Hauptbahnhof. in Salzburg, there would constantly be a Verspätung. Constantly a Verspätung. Hey, we're sorry, our train is late by 10 minutes, 20 minutes, almost immer ständig.
But also the S-Bahns
Verspätung,
usually have
delays,
delays.
in train delays.
Almost every time the S-Bahns are always late. 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, yeah.
And I felt like the people in the Dorfs can be really sometimes very rude, because at least here in the city they mention, through the speakers, and they're like, there's a 20-minute Verspätung, blah 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 blah. Sometimes in the Dorf, like, this is really what I experienced. Sometimes in the Dorf, when the train is supposed to be coming, no one will say anything. The screen will just go blank. Then it comes back when the train
is coming.
Hey, I got there, and then it was saying the train is supposed to come in 20 minutes or something like that. All of a sudden, the screen just goes blank, nothing. And I'm just waiting. You don't know if it's going to come back or no what. And then it comes back on after 45 minutes, and then it's like, okay, it's coming in the next 10 minutes. I'm like, really? They can really be so rude. Wow. I mean, not always, but I've really experienced that. And I'm just thinking, this person, it's very heavy to just tell me so that I know what's coming.
Yeah.
He said, let me. Anyway.
You had to choose, where would you live?
At first, I will say that I used to say, like, when I moved to the village, I really wanted to go back to the city because I could not access everything. But right now, I'm a village girl.
Wow.
I'm totally 100%. I'm a village girl.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I love the village, especially when you know where to get everything. Like, you're already used to the place. I love the village. I will just visit the city. Just like I've come to visit you guys, I'll just visit the city, but I will not live in a city.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so much peaceful for me in the village. Not even from the outside and everything, you can do so much, like, with your mental health in the village. Yeah.
Let me just ask for the viewers.
Because you already know.
You already know my answer. I'm not living in any village. I'm not living in any village, I beg.
Because, like, for me personally, if I was someone that would say I'm a night owl, I'm probably home
Night owl
mostly.
people does.
Like, I'm a night owl. Like, I do so many things at night. I will say the city, but like for me, by 10 mostly I'm home. So, like, with the transport system, if you are really someone who likes doing things, you're a night owl, so to say. I will say the city because of the transport system and everything. Because for us, it's like the trains are always by 11. That is the last train. So, and by that time, I'm always home because I also fear darkness. I mean, so
that's why you're not.
Yeah. It's just good for me. Everything is just for me in the village. Yeah.
Anyways, I would definitely, undoubtedly, without any question or a doubt, with 100% confidence, live in the city. Live in the city. However, I would maybe prefer to have like a home in the village of Fall, where maybe once or 3 times a year or something like that, where I go, where okay, we've got a home here, like I said, because it really is quiet and very peaceful, and then you just have like your own place and stuff like that there. So I would have a home in the village, but where I visit like just once a month, no, not once a month, like once or twice a year, really, because there's a tendency, I feel like whenever you're living in villages, because here in the city, yes, Sean, but you really don't find bugs. You really don't find bugs or insects or something that's really quite unusual. It's noisy, there's a lot of gases and blah 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 and all these things, and I kind of feel like maybe they also do spray things kind of against it, but in the village it's not really the situation.
In the village we live with the bugs and
exactly.
Like, oh, what do we have today? What is that here?
So I don't want to have to walk in my living room and find a snake in the living room. You know what I'm saying?
So snakes in Germany.
There
are no snakes in Germany.
I would differ. I would think that anywhere where there's like those grasses and then those like waters and the stuff like that there, if unattended, I would beg to differ. I would really beg to differ.
But snakes, no, maybe other things, but snakes, there are no snakes in Germany.
Really?
Yeah. You guys should
exactly.
Tell us in the comment section.
In fact, I know. I just remembered. I just remember this one time when I was in the, my friend. Let us not even go far. I just remembered. I saw a baby snake. Literally one.
Those are not snakes. There is a name for it. I remember there's one time I saw it.
Like it was.
Yeah, there's a name for it, but those are not snakes.
What are those?
I don't know. I remember someone was telling me there are not snakes in Germany, and then I told them I saw something, and they're like, no, that's not a snake. That's something. Grass snake. Okay, it's a snake, but.
My friend. My friend.
Guys, do you think like there are snakes in Germany?
And you know what I thought the minute I saw that one? I was like, that's one a baby snake. It did not just appear. Oh. It did not just appear. Where is the one that born am? Where is the one? Thank you very much. Thank you. So anyway, I don't want to come home and like find all these and I remember you mentioned the other time that you saw like a really Sylvania. Sylvania, if you ever watch this video, I think you should comment and say like how we had to deal with giant spider. The biggest spider I've ever seen is like spider. This. Like this was this big, like this. You see what I would faint? Big. Where? It's so a really big spider. I would faint.
Oh, that's so big.
Yeah, no, really. And
one time I was walking through, and then I was somewhere in the forest with the kids, and we encountered a really big spider. And I was like, oh God, are you testing me because I fear spiders?
Wow.
Yeah.
That was one of my biggest fears coming to Germany, about the insects, the wild, because we're always hearing about how, I don't know, how a bear was caught in the building, you know, I was like, oh my goodness, Lord. And all these, really, this is one of my fears coming to Germany, like different types of it's like wild
I feel like it's the same thing when Germans or people go to Africa. They always assume there are so many different types of animals that it's just the fear of the unknown.
I think
they don't know what they're going to meet there, and you come here, you see some insect, you've never seen something like that before. The same way they go back home and they see really big mosquitoes and they're like, what are those?
Yeah.
Although they also have mosquitoes, but ours is special.
Where would you exactly? That's a good question.
I feel like I love the city, but for peace sake, because I'm also a person who loves my own space. So maybe sometime I would also have a house in the village and the city.
Exactly.
But I would visit much more often than Lazasha.
Who asked you?
Maybe 5 times a year or something.
Really? I said 3 times a year. You said like 2. I said 2 to 3 times a year.
So and then mine should be double that. Yeah, or even like we can, I don't know, maybe once a month, I'm not sure, but yeah, I was we visited Spain, and it was also like in the village side of Spain, and it was so peaceful. For just a holiday, you're just staying in the compound besides the pool. So like that's something I would love to do, and I don't really think I would love to live in the city my whole life. Maybe when I'm advanced in age, I will go to the village.
There's also one pro I forgot about living in the city. Opportunities.
I've been thinking about it.
Yeah, there's so many opportunities you could get in the city.
Yeah.
I've noticed that most homes indoors, almost every house has a pool. Which I personally just find like it's like a luxurious thing, but it's like really so calming, and like in the summer, you know. But here in the city, of course, if you want to swim, you have to go like to a place where everyone is, you know, because most people in the city live in apartments. So if you want to swim, you're going to like where everybody else is, which is of course it's fun. But if you kind of like again want your own space and type of thing, you're gonna find that it's so much better in the Dorf in terms of that.
Share your experiences if you've lived in both, if you've lived in the village, if you are living in the city. In Germany, share with us what you think and what your experience is. And if we get anything more we can add, we will just add it. So Lazasha also did a video with our celebrity friend.
It's like I've been giving me like I'm doing a media tour. I came to Munich to do like a media tour.
Exactly. So she is on Lazasa.
If I give you one now,
my friend forget some. She's on Lazasa's.
And you are repeating this girl.
She's a media tour. You guys can.
She's on
the fruit of the spirit.
Lazasha.
My friend, you must
on
problem.
Okay.
Just try to shut
She's
up.
on
Lazasha, just try to shut up a bit. Maybe she won't concentrate.
Okay.
She's on Lazas. Okay, she's on
really?
her channel.
Serious? Lazasha.
Guys, you already
I was
know
quiet.
I'm on Lazasha's channel.
She's on her channel and they did a video about FSCOT. Please go check out her channel on Azash Moose. And follow her on Instagram, Cynthia_Kaneba. Girl?
Yeah.
Please follow her if you want to say anything or if you have any requests. Hola.
TikTok too.
Hola.
She has also a TikTok platform.
Yeah, if you have any questions about...
Please subscribe, like, share, and comment.
Leave any comments down below. We really want to hear your thoughts on the city and bye.
Peace out.
Bye. Oh, my hands are falling. Okay.